So my makeup sort of style and how I do my makeup has changed quite a lot through my transition. The products, how much I used to wear. So I've got some tips, some tricks, some specific products that I think are really helpful to feminize a face. Hi guys and welcome back to the channel. My name is Alexis Blake. I am a trans woman and I share my life stories and opinions on social media. Hello if you're new, welcome to my channel. I think I said that twice now, but today we're going to be jumping into a makeup video. So I don't do loads of makeup videos. I'm sort of just, trying something else and new, and I just figured why not. So my makeup sort of style and how I do my makeup has changed quite a lot through my transition. The products, how much I used to wear, I used to cake it on like cement, and less so now, or in my eyes it's less so. So I've got some tips, some tricks, some specific products that I think are really helpful to feminize a face, or if you just want to maybe watch a bit of makeup. You don't have to be trans to watch this video, anyone can. I hope you enjoy. So we're gonna go from this here, which was me literally 20 minutes ago, to this now. Bit of a change. I think I feel a lot better with makeup on. I think there's nothing wrong with that. I think we should always feel our best, and I think we're just so capable of so much more when we feel our best. So anyway, I'm gonna stop waffling and we're gonna jump into the video. I hope you enjoy and let's go. Okay, so I am starting with my hair just obviously pinned out so I can get it out of my face. So before you do any makeup, if you are a trans woman, there's a few things you might want to do first. So if you have any facial hair, you might want to get rid of that in whatever means possible. I have done laser and electrolysis, most of it's gone now. And then after that, you might want to maybe shape your eyebrows, get those into place. And I do actually get lash extensions, which I find so much better than doing eye makeup on a regular daily basis. So I used to do winged liner like this every day, and I liked it, but it was so much effort, and when I took my makeup off, I didn't like the way I looked. So I would recommend getting lash extensions if it's in your budget sort of area. Plus it just I think they really feminize the face. So first of all, did it work? I can't tell. Just going in with a moisturiser, L'Oreal Triple Active. If you see me looking down, I do actually have a mirror just here. Oh. So with moisturiser, I would recommend, if you're quite into your transition, you've probably found that after all the laser and the hormones, your skin's a lot drier. I found that so much. I used to have oily skin and now I have dry skin, so I use a very heavy moisturiser on the daily basis. It just sets up the makeup to look extra good. For primer, I'm going in with Glass Skin Primer from Makeup Revolution. It's just my favourite at the minute. It's super affordable and is more hydrating and glowy, and that's the kind of base I need. Like, my face right now is sticky and hydrated, and I need that because it's so dry. One other thing that I didn't mention as well, sorry, I just rubbed the rest on my arms. One other thing I didn't mention as well is a really good trick if you're sort of battling with like shadow from stubble and things like that. Not necessarily trans women. I know women with PCOS and perimenopause and menopause do get a little bit of facial hair. If you have a slight like green tint under your makeup and it bothers you, I found that obviously colour correcting with like orange colour correctors under your makeup's really good. But an extra step that I like to do, and you can try this, is tanning drops before you do your makeup. So before I go to bed, these are the Isle of Paradise self-tanning face drops. 1 or 2 drops mixed with moisturiser all over my face and neck, and it gives your face a slightly warm tint, and the orange in this counteracts the greeny blue in the facial hair. It does really help. So I would highly recommend these. They're quite expensive, but they last forever. You literally maybe use them twice a week. You literally need a drop or 2. So highly recommend these. Just make sure you wash your hands after, because you end up with bright orange palms of your hands if you don't. Beauty sponge, foundation, Maybelline Superstay. I love this foundation. It's a skin tint in shade 21. It's a little bit orange for me at the moment because I'm pale, so I just mix it with a lighter foundation. But this on its own is really nice. If you want in a higher coverage, it probably won't give you what you're looking for. But if you've maybe got rid of a lot of your facial hair, or you don't need too much coverage, it's beautiful, and it lasts really well as well. One thing I found as well, I feel very candid and very close to the camera today. One thing I found as well, the further into my transition I got, I realised that at the start I was very much more is more with foundation and makeup. So I wanted as much on my face as possible, and that doesn't always necessarily mean it's going to help you pass more. It can make you look more visible and more noticeable. So sometimes a more slightly natural base looks better. Just my opinion, something maybe worth thinking about. Also as well, I am 30 years old, so I do have some fine fine lines like around my mouth, around my eyes. And I used to find that when I'd use, oh, that's great, that's in my hair, love that for me. I used to find that when I used to use heavy, thick foundations throughout the day, they would really settle into the creases, and I'd find that I was touching up my makeup a lot, whereas now I maybe just add a bit of powder at lunchtime and that's it, which is super amazing. One thing I wish someone had taught me earlier on in my transition is to blend the makeup down your neck. I wasn't doing it for so long, didn't realise it looked bad because I don't really see like that area. And then someone at work was like, honey, you might want to blend it down your neck because it's a different colour. So that was brutal, but thank you, it did help a lot. So I'm just going to drag this down my neck. A necklace that's sort of this length is really good as well, so if you do your foundation to it and then it kind of disguises where the changes into your real skin colour. Blendy blend. I no longer colour correct, which is great. I've got to a point now with my facial hair that I don't really need to colour correct, which is lovely, but I understand the troubles. One good colour corrector I would recommend is the Makeup Revolution Orange Conceal and Correct, I think it's called. I'll ask Liam to put a picture on the screen here. Thank you, babe. That's what I used to use to cover up and counteract the beard shadow, but I don't feel like I need that too much anymore, which is a lovely feeling. The only downside of having lashes is when you're putting on makeup, you have to be more careful around it. If you can't afford like full lashes, because I know in America, it's a lot more expensive than it is here. Like here, to get a new set, it cost me £40, which is like maybe $55, $60. And then to get them infilled, it's like £35, which is like $50. I get them done every 3 weeks. But in America, I was watching a video and someone said they're like $200. So I would not be getting them done if they were that expensive. But you can get at-home versions like cluster lashes and different things like that. Just do a little bit of research. Takes a bit of practice, but they last like a week once they're on, which is great. I did buy a spray bottle so I could wet my beauty blender without getting up. That's who I am. Going in with the L'Oreal Infallible 24-hour More Than Concealer in 326. This is just my under eyes, just to brighten up. It's quite a thick concealer, which I really like. A little bit on the nose, and then I like to do my chin as well, because my chin's quite set back. I feel like it makes it look a bit more forward. I don't know. And then I am gonna add a tiny bit of concealer here. This is just an Hourglass one. I just have it. It just matches my skin tone because I don't like to brighten that area. So if you're going to be putting concealer on your upper lip, you want that concealer the same colour as your foundation. Whereas like eyes and nose and chin, you want a little bit lighter. Hope that made sense. Sorry. A lot of the things I use as drugstore as well, because I go through so much makeup. I'm not about to spend £40, £50 on a foundation that I need to rebuy every single month, because I go through one foundation roughly a month because I wear it every single day. So drugstore all the way. Another little trick or tip, I guess, is when you put the concealer on your upper lip here, if you let it sit for about 2 minutes before blending it out, because the concealer starts to dry, it thickens up even more. So you get a little bit more coverage, which is really nice. Other eye. The sponge, by the way, is just a cheap one off like Amazon or something. I honestly don't see much difference in sponges. Like, I wouldn't spend loads of money on a sponge. Just make sure it's wet because it helps blend everything together. To dampen it before you do your makeup, unlike me who does it halfway through. And then I'm gonna blend that in. Little tip as well. So when you've done your makeup, say if you're going to work or you're going out for the day, you'll want to take a few bits with you. And the bits that I would recommend taking is your lipstick / lip liner, because you might need to reapply that if you eat any food. A face powder in case you go oily or shiny, and I take always with me in my handbag, even now, the concealer that I put above my upper lip here. And that's because whenever you blow your nose, say if you have allergies like me, or if you have a cold, or if you just need to blow your nose, when you blow your nose and remove it, it can take some of the makeup off. So then I just add a little bit more concealer back on, especially earlier on in the transition when I had like a dark sort of beard shadow and it was all covered up with all this makeup and I blew my nose, and then a hole would appear that looked grey around my face, like there. So always carry those with you, just in case you just don't want to feel self-conscious because of it, because I have been caught out before and not had it and felt really uncomfortable. And it's a silly thing, but it's just a bit of security, I guess, for me to have them with me all the time. Right, next. This is a step that you don't have to do, but I feel like it does sort of enhance the makeup a little bit more. So we're going to go in with Revolution Pro Goddess Glow Cream Contour in Medium. That's a lot of words. And then I'm going to use the Makeup Revolution Blush Bomb. I've been using this for like over a year and I'm not even halfway through. Again, so it lasts forever. I'm just going to, tiniest little bit though, only a little bit up here and up here. Some people do all the nose. I don't have time for that in the morning. This makeup now, now I don't do eye makeup anymore and I have my lashes done. I can do this in 10 minutes, which beautiful. Love that for me because I get more time in bed because I have to get up for work at 4 a.m. because I start work at 6 and I work a 45-minute drive away from where I live. So yeah, I need fast, quick things in the morning. About that much, yeah. Then to blend it out, the kind of brush, a flat, densely packed brush. I can't speak today. I don't know what's going on. And then a setting spray. This is W7 Dewy Fixer. I think that's a UK brand. I'm not sure. But just a cheap one and just wet the brush with some setting spray. I find that it helps everything blend a little bit nicer together. And then I'm going to start with the contour and just start patting it in where it is and then bring it down. I don't like to do too much contour because I feel like that can masculinize, if that's the word, the face, because the chiseled out look is stereotypically more masculine, whereas like the fuller cheeks, that's more feminine. So I only add a little bit of the contour. I will blend it out more than that, but that's just the basic blend out, and then same on the other side. And then we're going to do the pink blush on top, which we're going to sort of do in a circle motion. We're going to bring that right onto our cheeks and right up here towards our temples. I feel like blush is one of the most underrated feminizing makeups possible because it really makes cheeks look full and rosy, and it's such a feminine thing to have rosy cheeks, in my opinion. So I love blush and it really does sort of make my face pop. You might be thinking now, that looks crazy, Alexis. What is going on to your face? I'm going to blend it out in a moment. I like to get the bulk of the colour on quite strong, because when you powder it, some of the colour disappears as well. And also, I'm going to go back in with my beauty blender in a moment now, and then just go around the edges just to softly blur them. It's like a magic eraser. The skin's looking... I had my electrolysis like a week ago, and whenever I get it, my skin texture is so rough and gross after for like a week. And like you might know, I don't know if you can pick it up on camera, you probably can, all of the texture like around here, and I just hate it so much. But I know that the end goal will be worth it because she's worth it. Now we're going to powder the face and set everything that we've just done. Just checking nothing under my eyes is creased before I powder. And then Coty Airspun powder. It's a huge jar. It smells like old ladies. Love it. But it's really cheap. It's like £12 and it's really good. It just goes everywhere. And it comes with a little powder puff that I actually use. I can never open it up in the morning. I open my legs and lean over to do this because it does get everywhere. So I'm just going to start by setting my under eyes, under eye, nose. This stuff is really good, especially when you're wearing heavier makeup or more makeup, or you're trying to cover your beard shadow. This stuff will keep it in place. Down the neck, on the Adam's apple, forehead. Try not to breathe when you're doing that bit. There is obviously pressed powder that you can buy, but I just feel like this, I don't know. I feel like with loose powder, it really like locks it on and keeps everything where it's supposed to be, which I like. Big fluffy brush, and now we're just gonna blend that in. We're nearly done with the base, I promise. Bronzer and blusher again, but the powder versions now. So you could skip the cream versions and just use powder versions, but I feel like powder versions wear off a little bit throughout the day. They don't stay exactly what they look like in the morning, whereas if you put cream on it, I think it lasts better, personally. The brushes that I use to do these, angle tapered brush for the bronzer and a little round, soft dome brush for the blusher. Bronzer first, I'm using the Hoola bronzer, and I'm just gonna right on the outer corners here, just gonna add a little bit there. That'll do. Same on this side. Sometimes get a bit fancy and put a bit there, but it just depends what mood I'm in. And then I'm going to go along the jawline. I really don't like a lot of bronzer because I feel like it brings out the texture in my skin, because I have texture here from old acne scars, because when I used to be a man, I had acne in my 20s, early 20s, and my face is scarred from it. So the bronzer I feel like can sometimes make that look a little bit worse. So I try and avoid too much, but I do like a bronze nose. I'm not about to do lines and dots and all the things that people do. Just like that is fine for me. Okay. We're starting to look more like myself. Blusher is... I've literally had this since the start of my transition and I'm still using it. Probably should get a new one. That means it's really old. Natural Collection powder blusher, and this is probably expired, but it was like £2. And then I'm just going to add a little bit of pinkness here and then here. Can smile whilst I do it as well. And then I need to blend that in more. Before I set the face, I'm then I'm looking at this camera. I'm so sorry, everyone. It's really hard because I'm doing my makeup. I'm just going to go over with my beauty sponge just to make sure that is quite blended in before we set the face. Because I have lashes on, I'm going to cover them up and I'm just going to use a dewy setting spray to set my face. I need something to fan. I have a handheld fan somewhere, I just don't know where it is. Now I'm gonna let that dry. Setting spray, I would recommend not skipping it because it does help the makeup last a little bit longer, I do believe that. But one thing that, like the main thing it does for me that I love is because you've put so many products on your face and you've powdered it all, your face can look a little bit cakey. The setting spray just sort of melts it back into your skin so it doesn't look as heavy makeup. So I highly recommend a setting spray. The One Size by Patrick Starr, the setting spray, it's quite expensive I think, but I've seen a lot of people recommending that one. Right, I need to take the foundation off my lips. I'm now just going to use a makeup remover wipe. I used to leave my lips like this and I would put lipstick over the top, but then halfway through the day, my lips would be dry like sand and I didn't realise why. And it's because I was leaving, effectively, foundation, a little bit of concealer, powder, and then lipstick, and then lip liner and lip gloss all on my lips. So of course we're going to feel dry. Now I just get a makeup wipe and I put my finger in it and use my nail as a guide to wipe it off, and then I can put my lip products on. Much better. And I'm also going to do the same with my eyebrows. I'm just going to take out the little bit of foundation that's in there and then make sure that's blended. Cute. Oh, perfume that I love is Alien by Thierry Mugler. Is that how you say the name? You can get it refilled. In England, it's £31 to get this bottle refilled. So I'm actually going to go do that today because it's empty. But it's my favourite fragrance. Oh my gosh, my brain. What just, oh. No one told me I had powder on my top. Okay, eyebrows. My brows now are quite simple, but I have put in a lot of work to make it simple for myself now. So before, my eyebrows were thick, dark, coarse, wiry, bushy, manly in my eyes, and I had to maintain them. I would either tweeze them out 2-3 times a week and to shape them, or I would wax them once a week. It was just so much effort and work, and I didn't want to do that for the rest of my life. And for some reason with the hormones, they do say your hair grows slower. My eyebrows just didn't. They were just so thick and dark, and even after I'd tweeze them, I'd put my makeup on and I'd still see anyway. So I've had my eyebrows permanently shaped like this. So these are all mine. They're tinted, but there's no like microblading or anything. When I get my electrolysis, where they put the needle in the follicle on my facial hair, they zap the follicle and then slide the hair out, and then theoretically that hair should never regrow. I've done that to my eyebrows now around the hairs that I don't want. So I shave them into a shape that I like. I go to my appointments and then she does that process to the hairs that are shorter and stubbly around the edge. I haven't done anything to my eyebrows in 2 weeks and it's the best thing ever. So if you have really thick, dark eyebrows, maybe you're a trans woman and you want a nice shaped eyebrow and it's just so much effort to maintain, I would highly recommend. It's not like on the top of the priority list. Like I am 3 years in now, nearly 3 years into my transition. It's a new thing that I've started, but at the start I wasn't like, I want to get my eyebrows permanently shaped. I wanted to get rid of my beard. That was my priority. So all I do now is tint them every couple of weeks with some brow tint. What is it? Isla brow tint. It's like £7. I just stick that on and tint them, and then I use the Got To Be brow gel just to hold the hairs in place. And that's literally it. And I'm so thankful for all the pain I've put myself through because I don't have to do them anymore. I know like big bushy laminated brows are fashionable right now, and I've tried it, but I just feel like it makes my eyes look way more masculine. I did have them a lot thinner than this at one point, so I've grown them out a little bit. But yeah, if you don't want to do lashes and you want to do maybe eyeliner and mascara, which is absolutely fine, I'll recommend some products. Elf liquid liner, it's £3 and it lasts a good few months for me. I used to do my wing with that. It takes a bit of practice, so if you're newer to makeup, I would maybe not go in with this straight away, or maybe have someone show you or watch a few YouTube videos like this one, but they will actually show you the eyeliner. And then for mascara, the best mascara of all time, hands down, is the Lash Sensational Sky High by Maybelline. You can get this in waterproof, which I actually prefer because it's a little bit better than the non-waterproof one, but the waterproof one is so hard to get off. So pros and cons. Use oil, like baby oil or hair oil on your lashes. That breaks it down to get it off. But they're my favourite eye products as well. What's left? Lips. I see it's in my handbag. So I always have to do my lips and put it straight back in my handbag because I use it like maybe redo my lips once throughout the day. Depends on your personal preference for lips. Some people like nude. I know some people like reds and pinks and bright colours. I personally let me show that. I personally now go more towards the neutral side. I feel like it just looks more pretty. I don't know. It's just how I feel on me. So this is the Makeup Revolution lip liner, Satin Kiss lip liner in Fling. All-time favorite lip liner. If they ever discontinue it, I would be very upset. So if you're going to overdraw, okay, let's get into it. You can overdraw your lips. Lips are quite a feminine thing. When people are talking to you, they're watching your mouth move, and obviously that's the first part of your face they're sort of looking at. So I used to overdraw my lips before I had my lip lift surgery. I do think it helps to feminize if you have quite a small top lip and a big distance, but you don't want to overdraw it to the extreme where it looks clownish. So if you are going to overdraw your lips, only overdraw them in this section here. Don't overdraw here, just from here to here. That looks more natural. And I do overdraw slightly now. Hello. I stretch my lips out and I don't think I'm gonna be able to talk and do this, so. And it broke. Oh, wait, get off. Love that for me. I don't know if you can see, I only overdraw from here to here, and then I'd bring it back to my natural lip line down there. I feel like that really does make a difference. I don't know, just my little personal preference. Okay. I do quite a thick lip liner because this is so creamy. This is why I love it. I don't really love wearing like matte liquid lipsticks. I really like lip gloss at the minute. This is the Maybelline Lip Gloss in Topaz. It's about £10 and I just use this and I just sort of drag it over the lip liner to blend everything together. Clean up on aisle 10. I think we're done. I need earrings. Hoop earrings feel so much more feminine when I've got them in. Again, it's a weird thing that I've just developed for myself. Oh, there's no worse feeling than that. So that is one of the downsides to lip gloss, is it gets stuck in your hair. Or wigs, girls. Right, okay. And that is me done. This is my everyday sort of makeup, natural-ish. I should say natural loosely. It's how I feel best. It's how I like to do my makeup now. And I hope there's some tips in there or little bits or how I do it or products, something that might help you. Like I said, everything is drugstore and I mentioned, I think, every product that I used. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I feel a lot better when I've got my makeup on and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think we should feel our best. And if that means wearing makeup for you, then I love that for you. And if you feel better natural, then I love that for you as well. Also, I can't explain like lashes. I know long term having lashes glued onto my eyes is probably not going to be the best thing, but I did have them taken off about a week ago to have a little break from them, and I got them put back on 5 days later because I just hated it. Because at the end of the day, when I put my hair up in a bun, when I'm chilling at home and I take all my makeup off, I feel better having them on. And like if I catch myself in a mirror, I don't feel as much dysphoria. And that's just how I personally feel now. And if you're new to makeup, lashes are done by someone else, so they are great. Anyway, I'm going to call the video there. Thank you so much for watching. And if you like this kind of content, please do like and subscribe. I never know if people like this kind of content, and if you want more of this, let me know. Any ideas or things you'd like me to talk about or do or see, just comment below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Have a lovely week, everyone. Bye. Bye.